Have you ever had something in your life you just couldn't let go of, even when you knew it wasn't good for you? Hi, I'm Shima, a restless, curious soul. For years, I've been searching for answers to the endless questions of my mind and my heart. And now I've decided to share this journey with you exactly as it is. This is a space where we talk about things I've personally experienced, books, people, small and big moments that slowly pile up and make me stop and think, not to give prescriptions, but to see, to understand, and to move forward together. This podcast is bilingual, not for show, but because some experiences and meanings simply don't fit into one language. This journey is meant to be told as honestly and naturally as I live it. Anyone can be part of this space, young or old, no matter where you are in life. We may be strangers, but we can still reach out to each other with respect, patience, and empathy, and walk forward together. Let's take these steps together because real change begins when we move as one. So, the story begins with me searching for answers. I read books, I go to therapy, I attend different events and workshops. And what I share here isn't superficial or random. It's shaped by reflection, learning, and lived experience. Along the way, I work with two highly qualified psychologists and I consult them while preparing these topics. Sometimes I carefully gather what they explain in their events, organize it, write it down, and bring it here to share with you. As I said, I have a lot of questions, and you might find it interesting to know that I'm not in the best emotional place right now. That's exactly why I started this podcast, because I know how heavy this state can feel, and I don't want even one person to go through exactly what I'm going through alone. For now, I'll set aside the older questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Where is this all leading? They have their own time. Today, I want to focus on just one question. Why is change so hard, even when I'm not satisfied with who I am right now, even when I truly want to change? Why do I know what's right but still don't do it? Why do I know exactly where I'm going wrong, yet keep walking the same path again and again? This is where we enter the world of change together, not through slogans, not through pretty but empty motivational talk, but by understanding the brain, the body, and the habits that slowly shape who we become. I've read several books about habits and how they work. On the surface, everything sounds simple. They say all you need is consistency, but staying committed to change is a much deeper challenge. So let's begin together so we can stay motivated and truly commit to the changes we're seeking. First, we need to understand a few things. We all experience different emotions, but these emotions don't come directly from external situations. The truth is, our emotions are created by how our brain interprets events. Let me explain what I mean by interpretation. Imagine you're sitting in a cafe and someone slams the door shut. If it's a stranger, you might feel startled. If it's your partner and you argued minutes earlier, you might feel anger or embarrassment, or you might not react at all. Same event, completely different reactions. So emotions don't come from situations themselves, but from the brain's interpretation of them. Here's the good news. You have control over interpretation, over emotion, and over reaction. Even unavoidable situations can't take that control away from you. The next important concept is conditioning. What is it and why do we keep reacting the same? Conditioning means the brain learns to respond automatically to certain stimuli without conscious thought. For example, when we see food, our mouth waters, Or when someone tells a scary story, we feel fear without experiencing it ourselves. These are conditioned responses. But there are two ways to live. 1. Let conditioning run your life. Let the subconscious mind act automatically based on past learning. Or 2. Live consciously. Define your goals and ideas and act by deliberate choice. If we choose the second path, we must become deeply aware of our own conditioning, because it can quietly pull us off course. This is where self-discipline matters. A few key points here. First, don't become arrogant about awareness. Knowing is not enough. You must practice. Second, accept that you're vulnerable to stimuli and manage them consciously. For example, if you're working, keep your phone out of the room. Third, some of us are genetically more sensitive to certain stimuli like stress or overeating and need to be even more mindful. Now let's go back to childhood, where much of this begins. From a young age, each of us develops our own way of interpreting experiences and forming beliefs. For example, mother equals safety, or man equals danger. Every time these thoughts arise, associated emotions are activated and neural connections form in the brain. With repetition, these connections strengthen and become stable, like thick, fixed wires. These are called established neuron circuits. This is where Hebb's law comes in. Neurons that fire together wire together. Each time you think about fear, for instance, a specific group of neurons activates together, releasing certain hormones and producing a familiar emotional state. That emotion then triggers the same thought again. The cycle repeats, growing stronger each time. Take someone who has experienced betrayal. Whenever they face a similar situation or even think about it, their brain recreates the same neuron firing, the same emotions, the same hormonal response. Over time, the body becomes accustomed to this state. When you try to change it, the body resists. That's why change feels so difficult. So, how do we actually change our lives? Step 1. Look at the past. Was there more joy or sadness, hope or despair, freedom or limitation? Step 2. Unlearning. Replacing old thoughts and emotions with new ones, so new neural pathways can form and old ones weaken. This means changing emotional reactions. For example, someone says, I want a healthy romantic relationship, and I ask, who are you right now? If the answer is anxious and irritable, I ask, would you choose to be in a relationship with someone like that? The answer is almost always no. So until you become the person who is capable of sustaining the life you want, you won't attract that life. Your behavioral patterns must change. Your thoughts must change. So your body produces different hormones, new emotions emerge, and through repetition, a new personality is formed. To summarize, change is hard because the brain and body are addicted to old emotional patterns. Emotions come from thoughts, not from external circumstances. Interpretation and reaction are far more within your control than you think. Old patterns must be replaced. In the next episode, we'll talk about the 3 prisons of life: the body, the time, and the environment. And we'll explore how to live beyond them and create a new life. Until then, here's what I'd like you to do. For 1 week, write down your daily thoughts and emotions. Then choose 2 of the most significant ones and begin the process of unlearning. I'm doing this work myself too. If you'd like, share your experience with me so we can take the next step more consciously together. And one last thing, everything I shared today goes much deeper. If you're interested, I can recommend books or break them down chapter by chapter with clearer explanations. Thank you for being here with me.